Britton here. We've had lots of users request a tutorial on how to shade human faces. I like to call it contouring, which is the same word used when applying makeup, but it doesn't only refer to faces with makeup on them. Contouring techniques will help you create realistic shaded faces in general. The basic idea is to think about which parts of the face curve outward and which parts sink inward. I like soft contours, so I'm going to start with my airbrush tool because that's a really good tool for blending colors. The first step is to brush in your base color. Your base color should be a good middle tone of whatever skin color you choose because you're going to need to shade it up to the lighter color for highlights and shade it down to a deeper color for shadows. I've made a custom palette of medium skin tones here, so I'm picking a good middle tone and filling in my face. Contours are really about applying layers based on which parts of the face curve out or recede. I recommend doing your shadowed areas first, so pick a slightly deeper tone than your base and make sure your brush is the right size for detailed work. You sort of have to imagine the bone structure beneath the face, and it might be a little bit dark to imagine the skull, but it does help you think about where the face recedes. For example, you want to shade beneath the cheekbones here, and under the hairline, under the eyes, below the nose, just under the bottom lip. Places like this are where shadows are cast. Always be thinking about where your imaginary light source is coming from. If it's from the front, you'll have shadows like the ones I'm creating. If your light source is coming from the side, think about how the face would cast shadows like the nose casting its own shadow on the cheek. I'm just speeding through here and adding a darker tone everywhere where the face recedes or where shadows would be cast. Now I'm thinking about where the face curves out. I'm choosing a lighter tone for these highlights. The most obvious curves are the forehead, cheeks, nose, and chin. Again, imagine the skull shape if that helps you. In the cosmetics world, we call this the T-zone because the bright areas on the face form a sort of T shape, with the forehead being the top bar of the T and the nose being the pillar. Whatever helps you visualize places to shade, let that be your guide. It's also good to look at examples of faces to get an idea of where to contour. I call those reference pictures, and they're very easy. It's a very helpful way to learn where to place your color. Don't be afraid to make your contrasts really bold. I'm doing this face as a quick example for you, but if I were to finish it out, the lightest and darkest areas would have a lot of contrast. Contouring is about layering more and more shadows and highlights. You contour your face in general, but you also contour individual parts of the face, like the eyes and the lips. And the same principle applies. The receding parts are dark, and the parts that curve out are highlighted. Let that be your mantra. Out is light, in is dark. And there we go. So go ahead and start playing around with the amazing tools in Pigment. Whether you use pencil or paintbrush, airbrush, pastel, you can achieve awesome facial contouring. I really look forward to seeing your artwork. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you have ideas for future tutorials, please comment below. This is Britton for Pigment. Thanks for watching.